what you're worth. Now go out and get what you're worth.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Welcome to the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show. Cella and Johnny parlay with the facts. So relax, grab a drink, then let's get back.
Welcome back, fans, to another installment of The Spread. I am your host, Jim Cella. I'm in studio with JDash and a special guest host, Easy. How you doing today?
Straight out of the machine shop.
We're ready to go. Feeling good with your liquid courage going on over there?
Believe it.
Believe it. So you're a Steelers fan. You follow the team. What do you think about Todd Haley this year? Has he got to go? Has he got to stay? Is it his fault? Ben's fault? Whose fault?
I think it's a great topic for the media to stay entertained with because what did Hines Ward say? Hines Ward said it was Ben's fault.
Yeah, he's blaming it all on Roethlisberger, saying that Ben is calling the plays in the no huddle. I'm sorry. I know he called him last year, but I don't see Ben Roethlisberger calling 12 straight runs or 13 straight runs or whatever it was. I just don't see him doing that.
Even if it is Ben calling the plays, it's Todd Haley's offense, and he got to take control of it.
Right. So Todd Haley writes these plays. He makes the plays. He gives Ben the plays to call. So if they're garbage plays, it doesn't matter which ones you call.
I like how people just keep going back saying, "Oh, he never played football.
Oh yeah,
he never. Yeah, he should. He's a golf. He should be a golf coach.
That's right. He should be coaching golf.
Hanging out with Tiger Woods. Definitely shouldn't be coaching the Steelers. I tell you that.
No. What I don't get though is when he was in Arizona, they threw the ball a lot because they had Kurt Warner and Fitz and Bolden and everything, and that was their strength. And then he went to Kansas City, and he ran the ball a lot with Charles because they had a good offensive line and a good running back. So he suited his offense to the strengths of the teams the first 2 times, and now he's doing the complete opposite here. And he's taking the ball out of Ben's hands. Ben does not average 5.5 yards a pass. It should be 10.5 yards a pass.
And, I mean, Le'Veon Bell's the best running back in the league, if you ask me. So I really think they need to get him the ball more, if anything.
Right, but you don't call 13 straight runs. You got to mix it up.
They didn't look too bad when they were probably running the ball so much because they were just sick of how the offense looked. Well, and they were just trying to prove a point to run the ball.
This offense was built to dink and dunk their way down the field to keep Ben upright, and he's been sacked 17 times this year. That's the second most in the league.
When Haley came into this team, all the fans loved it, saying this was perfect for this offense. And now it doesn't work out, and everybody's saying it's his fault. So which one is it?
The initial thing was they were perfect because it said it was Roethlisberger was going to get sacked less.
Right.
And maybe he is getting sacked a little bit less. But I'd rather see him beat up and score points.
No, he's getting sacked the second most in the league at 17 times.
Still getting sacked the same.
Yeah, so we're not scoring.
That's the offensive line's fault too, obviously.
Yeah, but everybody used to blame it on Ben saying he held the ball too long. Now, how can you say that when he doesn't even throw a pass beyond 5 yards?
Most of those sacks definitely fall on the offensive line this year. There is probably 2 or 3 I remember that Ben did hold on to the ball too long.
He's trying to make a play, man. That's what he does. He's a playmaker. He's not a guy who's going to have an 80% completion percentage and throw for 5,000 yards. But he's going to move around, make plays,
a play in the
and get
red
the ball
zone.
downfield.
Do you think they have a good red zone target?
A good red zone target? They have Heath Miller that they don't use. They could run the ball with Le'Veon Bell. You're saying he's the best running back in football. He has no rushing touchdowns in his last 5 games.
Yeah. Can the offensive line push a D-line 3 yards past the goal line so they could score that?
I mean, maybe Pouncey and DeCastro, but that's about it. Everybody else should just be going and hanging out with their mom, eating soup, making Campbell's commercials or something, dude, because they're garbage.
Bottom line, Todd Haley has to go. I'm sick of him.
Go on, fire him. He's terrible.
Yeah, whatever.
Hines Ward has no idea what he's talking about.
If it's him or Ben,
yeah, you got to get rid of Haley. You can't let Ben go. And if they let him go after the season, I don't even know if I'm going to watch the Steelers anymore.
He don't look like a.
They're never going to choose Haley over Ben if
he's not comfortable in the offense though. Easy. That's why he's not looking like Ben Roethlisberger. Remember his rookie year and when we were winning Super Bowls, he didn't run in front of the line of scrimmage, but he moves around, he lets the receivers get open, and then he hits them.
He's uncomfortable.
He's not a rhythm passer like a Drew Brees where he puts the ball right on the money where it needs to be while they're running in stride. That's not what he is. He keeps the play alive so that the receiver can find a way to get open because they're better than the defensive back.
Yeah.
That's Ben's strength, and they're not letting him do that.
Well, yeah, but you can't make a game plan on that either, though. I mean,
No, but
can't
you can
draw
at
up,
least
you can't script 15 plays of him running around, scrambling. So that you're at a crossroads there.
I agree with that, but you can at least throw the ball more than 5 yards downfield. Seriously, at one point, it wasn't until the third quarter that we threw a ball more than 20 yards down the field.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's just not Ben Roethlisberger's strength. And AB would be able to get open downfield if they would throw the ball underneath to Heath Miller more often.
I think another receiver got to step up. Marcus Wheaton isn't terrible, but he's not getting it done either.
Well, yeah, he's not getting it done. Moore's
Justin
not getting
Brown
it done.
hasn't got it done.
Well, why not try Martavius Bryant out then?
That's what I'm hearing this week.
I mean, put him in the game. What else could he was good at catching the fade pass in the
that's what
end
I'm
zone.
talking about when you say red zone target, too.
He's a big body. He's 6'4". Throw him the ball. Try it out. I mean, what else you got to lose?
They
We're
gotta
already
do something.
What are we, 23rd in scoring in the league?
If that, man.
We got it.
Nelly will catch a pass for
See,
us.
that's what I said last week. We could have put Nelly in at quarterback for the Rams. I'm telling you.
No, what's his name?
Nelly played running back.
Is it Lance Moore?
He could have played any position.
No, I mean Lance Moore with his one eye back,
His one
his
eye-
eye black patch underneath his eye.
You
Like,
like Lance
I mean,
Moore?
That was like 19.
1999.
Yeah.
Lance Moore, they came in with high hopes for that guy in the slot, but he just hasn't put it together.
Well,
You know?
he's not into it to begin with because a rookie started over him to begin the season.
Yeah, so now he's pouting
So
on the
now,
sideline.
he don't care. So
Well,
that
bleep him.
acquisition.
All right, well,
That's what I have
listen.
to say.
So if we think Todd Haley needs to go, what's the answer? Who would you like to see as offensive coordinator? Is there anybody off the top of your head?
I mean, honestly,
Snoop?
what I think they should do is get rid of Haley, promote somebody from within, like one of their staff that they think can handle the job.
I want Ken Wisenhunt.
Let
I
Ben
want-
have a bigger part in the offense for the rest of the year, and then go find the right guy.
Is it Kyle Shanahan? Who's
Kyle Shanahan?
I want
I think
him.
he's. I want to say Cincinnati.
I want to bring.
Anybody's better than Todd Haley.
I want to bring young Shanahan in.
I think he's in Cincinnati
That's
now.
my acquisition.
It's got to be somebody different than Haley. His offense just doesn't work for us. It might work for a
It's
different
not
team.
fun.
It's just not for us.
It's not fun to watch.
On
And it
prime
doesn't
time,
look
hey,
fun to do on the field for those players either.
what happened? They played Carolina. That was a prime time night game, right?
Yeah.
They shine, regardless
shine.
of how ugly they look as a football team. They for some reason they play good prime time. So
Yeah.
But if
Well,
we're
they-
we'll see
talking
what
this
happens
week,
Monday.
I mean,
I just threw it out there.
I said the people were crazy if they picked Pittsburgh this week, but I went overboard a little
Well,
bit
they're-
there. I mean,
Well, they have
Houston's not the greatest team.
3.5 or 3 favorited. I mean, favorited by 3.
Somewhere around there. I don't even know for sure.
Yeah. How are they favorited now? And how are you an underdog at Cleveland, and you're favored against Houston? Houston is
They're
just
a
as
much
good as
better team.
Cleveland.
Well, the
The
Steelers
home
haven't.
field advantage, I don't think even matters anymore.
The Steelers haven't lost a home Monday night game since
Yeah.
1991.
So
Steelers
that's
are
where
actually-
that's where that comes
And
from.
you usually get 3 points just for being the home team regardless.
Yeah.
So between that, and I think it's still going to change. It'll probably mellow out around 1.5, I bet. Well, let's talk a little bit about Penn's hockey now. Season just started. We're 3 games in. They're 2-1. They had 2 impressive victories the first 2 games, but a little bit of a heartbreaking loss last night. They were up 2-0 for most of the game and then ended up losing. Well, it tied up within 2 minutes of the end, and then they lost it in overtime, I believe it was. So that was a little,
I think it's
regulation. I think
it was a regulation.
I believe that was a regulation.
Yeah, see, I
loss.
was driving, so I didn't get to actually
Yeah, they
see it.
lost with 3 seconds left in
Wow,
the game.
so they scored 3 goals in the last 2 minutes and 57 seconds of the game. That's rough.
It's unlucky.
Really, it's so early in the season, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
82 games, you're only 3 into
you're just
it.
trying to figure things out right now.
What makes me excited is Crosby really, really looks good and comfortable in this new system already with Mike Johnson. And my favorite part about the Pens this year are, if you watched it last night or even listened to it, Mike Lang kept pointing to it, the Penguins were sending their third line out to start off like a face-off and let Gotch take the face-off. And then they were quickly making a change and getting Crosby's unit out there to get him mismatched against the team's lesser units. When Dan Bylsma was here, he put Crosby out there. He didn't give a bleep who the other team put out there. They put their best defenders out there, and he just made Crosby get grinded into the ice.
But during
Get
the
to your
regular
game.
season,
Get to your game.
during the regular
Get to
season, they
this.
still won games. It's not like they.
Doesn't matter, dude. They had no success in 5 straight embarrassing.
We got to see
playoff
what they
exits.
do in the playoffs here. It has
Oh,
nothing
no.
to do with the regular
Hey,
season. You
I'm
know they're
not-
going to win games.
I'm not anointing Mike Johnson Coach of the Year. I'm saying that this system is the type of system that Crosby and the Penguins should be running.
He's already got better line matchups. It seems like in the first 3 games, he's getting Crosby out there.
Right.
The lines that the opponents want against Crosby aren't getting against them because of the
Exactly.
way Johnston's has his lineups being coached. And
I get it.
in the
He
first
moves
3
people
games,
in and out.
and it's not going to happen like that every game. But
I mean, there's going to be instances where and when you're at home, you get the last change. So when we're on the road, the other teams are going to get to change up against us, and we play 7 of the first 9, I think, of the season at home. So that's good for us. But like Dash said, it really only matters what happens in the playoffs. But this system is perfect, man. Now, if we can get Bortuzzo into the mix and get a little bit more physical at the blue line, that the sky's the limit for this team.
I don't know. They got to figure out their playoff scheme during the season and then go into the playoffs.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're trying to find a system that works. They're learning to
it's
play
a
it the
little
right
early
way.
now. Whatever they're doing now, if there's mistakes, it's no big deal. They
as,
got
Right.
as long as their opponent commits penalties and we're on a power play, we're winning the hockey game.
Well, our penalty kill. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, the penalty kill it'll improve. You have to improve. They're 30th. They're 30th out of
Right.
the league right now.
If
can't
you
go
don't
So it will
improve from
improve.
the third game of the season towards the end of the season, you're probably not going to win Stanley Cup anyways.
But
you have to improve.
The power play now is
On fire.
impressive.
Yeah. Well, they're
I mean,
moving
just
Malkin
impressive.
and Crosby
the right-handed,
around.
the right-handed shot.
What
now-
happened last game? How many goals they scored? 2.
Too.
No penalties by the other team, or what happened there?
Yeah, their 2 goals were, I believe,
Power play goals.
Yeah,
they're both
all right off the bat.
Yep.
You can't win them all.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
I think,
like I said,
I
that's
think once
why
the
right
got
now
blasted with that puck, everyone was like, "Oh."
Yeah, it was freaked out.
Yeah,
man.
everyone
When
was freaked
hockey
out. They didn't
players
know what
don't
was
go
going
out
on.
on
They
stretchers
lost
very
their
often.
mind. They just kind of lost focus. They were probably a little bit concerned about their teammate and.
Duper's a
letting- see
huge
one
part of that
slip.
organization.
I don't know. The way I see it, the Penguins are too good not to make the playoffs. So just let them make the playoffs, and then let's see what they really have.
Yeah, but you got to watch what they're doing in the
I
regular season to
understand.
hope that they're moving the right way.
I'm not going to watch Penguin games three games deep into the season, though. I tell you that.
Neither
Well,
am I.
I'd
Neither will I.
I'd rather watch.
I mean, I might watch it before Sons of Anarchy.
Listen, the Pens. I listened to a Pens hockey game preseason before I watched the Pirates playoff game, so I'll just leave you at that.
Say that again. I wasn't even listening to
I
you.
listened to the Penguins preseason game on the radio over watching the Pirates playoff game.
Playoff game. Yeah,
Well, that's
he
'cause
he said that.
You're just
the
a
other
hater.
day.
That's why.
He
No.
said that the other
Well,
day.
no, it's because I like Pens hockey better than Pirate baseball. I'm allowed. It's a free country. This is America still.
Yeah, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
That's right.
If you have a 52-inch flat screen high def TV, it's fun to watch hockey.
You better believe it.
Don't get me wrong.
Earn that TV. College is rough. Will you guys hear about that? What's his name? Jonathan or Joseph Randall?
Joseph Randall.
Yeah, that dude, he stunk horribly, and he had no britches, so he just went to the mall and tried to rip some off. and
He
got
actually
arrested.
isn't that bad. He had one of his better games last week, I would like
Well,
to believe.
I'm not-
50-some yards rushing behind DeMarco Murray.
I'm not saying that he stunk on the field. I'm saying the dude
Yeah.
reeked.
I think he had to literally.
He
I
had
think he.
some
literally-
BO,
I think,
you know?
he,
I see.
no,
I
I
don't
think
wanna-
he literally shit himself in the mall.
Maybe.
And said, "What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Let's
See?
go. Hurry up. Let me get this underwear real quick. Give me that cool water. Get that cool water cologne on me real quick." Who knows? He could have been.
That's it. I bet you he had some Long John Silvers and
Well,
then
listen,
just couldn't
this
keep
guy
it.
only makes,
I think
what,
he
$495,000 a year?
Yeah.
He probably
Yeah.
doesn't even have any money right now. It's early in the season. Still, his big paycheck didn't come
Did
yet.
they get game? They get
Yeah,
game
they get
checks.
game checks, but that's just
Divide
paying
that
for
by
the kids.
divide that by 16. We'll stop having between
Well, it's
10
not
and 30
16
kids.
games in yet. He's what? We're what? 6 games in, maybe even 5 for them.
Right, but he's
6.
He's still getting paid more than 10 grand a game here, man. I don't make the 10 grand a week.
How do you get
I
caught?
could buy
anyway?
myself
I
underwear and
understand, but
cologne.
Get that cologne, get that underwear, and don't
you
get
got
caught.
money to dish out, man. You got to dish all that money out to all your baby's mamas and
Well,
stuff.
buy some condoms, dude. Trojan, man, they make them top of
It's
the line.
too late for that.
Well, now it is.
I mean, that's why you got to steal underwear and cologne, man.
I don't know. I don't get it. If
I
I'm
don't know.
rich, I'm not stealing anything.
He's not rich compared to everybody he's around.
But that doesn't matter. He's richer than I am. If you're richer than I am, you don't need to steal underwear and cologne.
Yeah, but we
crab
know how
legs.
hard it is to make money, so we're not going to take from other people.
Well, I guess, man. This dude works hard. He plays football. I can't play football. That's hard. It's hard work.
Football is hard work.
I think you might be stealing underwear and cologne. You're really backing this Randall up. Is the underwear you're wearing right now stolen?
I steal your
Is that why there's
girlfriend's
a black
underwear.
van outside and the windows all blacked out watching us? Because you're stealing underwear and cologne from the mall?
I should go steal underwear. I only got 5 pairs. I said, there's only 7 days of the week. I only
Yeah.
got 5 pairs of underwear. I'm doubling up.
If you have
You know what I mean? I should go
wearing
steal
the same underwear 2 days in a
Go steal
row
some
is
underwear.
never a good idea.
Well,
folks.
see, the thing is, when you make money and you get caught doing something stupid like that, it don't even matter. You pay the fine, pay whatever, blah blah blah. I got caught stealing. I'd probably go to jail. I wouldn't even make bail.
Yeah.
Only $1,000 bail. I'd have to
They'd
call
tase
20
you.
people.
You get
Well, what'd they
tased by
say?
the
They
have to
target
get a
security guard.
fund going.
They could fine him up to 30 G's. That's
30
almost
grand.
his whole year's salary so
A whole
far.
year's salary.
No, so far.
So far, maybe. Well, yeah.
No,
Well, that's what he gets
it's
for being
more
an
than that,
idiot.
Actually. $30,000 underwear. He should have just bought some
Hanes
gold
her way,
plaid.
dude. BVD. Fruit of the Loom. I like those commercials. The dudes dress up like fruits. That's
Could have
pretty
got
creative.
24 karat gold with diamonds encrusted in
If
it.
you're a professional athlete and you're making millions of dollars, just don't shoplift. It's as simple as that.
That's it.
Pay a goon, pay your buddy, pay your goon to go shoplift. For
You know the one
That's not a
thing.
bad idea.
The one
Yeah.
thing I'll give him credit for, he didn't shove a lobster down the front of his pants that he was going to actually eat like Jameis Winston did. I'm certainly not shoving anything down my pants that I'm going to eat.
What's he getting in trouble for? That's
You
what
know?
he's getting in trouble for.
Well,
this
that and he apparently raped some girl, and then he jumped up and yelled her bleeper right in the bleep.
one? Bleeper and the bleepy.
Yeah, bleeper in the bleepy. So this dude, I mean, Winston, we could do a whole 5-hour segment on how dumb this guy is. He's got all the talent in the world. I know he's young, so.
Hey, if Ben's injured and at the end of his career, I'll take Winston.
No.
You love
Bo
that dude.
Jackson told him to wise up, and he didn't listen to Bo Jackson.
Well, Bo knows.
Bo knows,
And he
yeah.
ain't gonna listen to Mike Tomlin and
Well, Tomlin doesn't hold
Who
anybody
cares? He can
accountable.
go do whatever he wants with
saying.
lobster if he
Well, I don't
wants.
think
Bo
anybody
knows
sells
if you
it.
ain't gonna
Nobody
listen
in
to Bo
Pittsburgh
Jackson.
has
I
money
mean, the
for
Steelers
lobster.
already have a rapist quarterback. I mean, things are set up perfect here.
I guess we'll trade a rapist for a thief then, right? Even though I don't believe that Ben did it, just for the record.
Big Ben steals hearts.
you know, the argument that, oh, he's 22, he don't know any better. I mean, I go with that, though. When I was 22, I was
Yeah.
causing ruckus.
Yeah, when we
right.
were 22, we
And
were
I didn't-
causing ruckus, and we
And I
might have
wasn't
done
a
some
Heisman
very
Trophy
stupid
winner.
things, but we weren't going out and causing any rape.
Yeah, rape is different than ruckus.
Well, I'm so,
I'm not saying Ben's a rapist, though. Well, I did call him a rapist.
Well,
so maybe I
Winston
did.
was charged or accused of rape too, of misdemeanor.
Accused or
yeah,
charged?
Accused. It's
Yeah, it's
still
totally
pending.
different.
It's still pending. The investigation's still going on.
I mean, Ben, he got off, so he paid the girl on the side a little bit, though.
Hey, somebody's-
Whatever happens, get the
somebody
best
did
lawyer
something.
you can and
I-
pay money.
I love seeing Cowboys players. Who cares about F the Cowboys anyway?
Yeah, bleep them.
So good for you, Randall.
America's
keep
team.
doing it.
They don't even know how to
Cowboys
have
are
a Super
beasts,
Bowl.
though. 5-1 this
yeah,
season.
their record,
DeMarco Murray's a
their record's
monster.
beast.
As soon as Murray gets
beast.
hurt like he always does, Romo's going to start throwing 18
It's enough
picks a
Cowboy
game.
Well, you got to
talk.
remember, Tony
Yeah.
Romo is what, like 0-80 in December or
Yeah,
whatever.
Romo's terrible.
It's enough Cowboy talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
Cowboys.
talk. Let's talk
We're
about
done.
baseball, even though I hate baseball.
Baseball. What are we talking about in
The
baseball?
World Series. What else is there to talk about?
Oh, how about this? You got anything to say before I go?
Oh,
You look like you had something to say.
I was just I'm thirsty.
Oh,
Okay, go
you're
ahead.
thirsty.
Good.
All right. Well, how about this, Pittsburgh fans? Travis Ishikawa hit a walk-off home run to send his team to the World Series.
But he was in the minor leagues for like the whole season before that. Somebody had
Yeah,
to
I
get
mean,
Ebola for him to be able to
Started
come
out
up and
as
play.
the Pirates' starting first baseman, ends up sending his team to the World Series.
Well, see, then
in
now,
San Francisco.
right now, you just proved my point that the Pirates make horrible personnel moves because the front office said he's beat. They get rid of him.
He
then
is
he goes,
beat. That's
then he
the
goes
problem.
and hits a home run to get his team in the World Series. So maybe they should have kept him, and he could have hit a home run against who was it? Who'd we play?
He'd have had to hit a 9-run homer.
San Francisco. Yeah.
I'd rather see Travis Ishikawa hit the walk-off home run to send his team to the World Series than
Brandon Crawford.
LaRoche
LaRoche.
For Washington, if they were in that same situation, because I couldn't stand LaRoche. I can't stand any ex-Pirates that leave the team and end up crushing it and doing real good.
I mean, LaRoche was actually one of our best first basemen over a long period of time.
Wow.
Very long
You know what
period.
makes me jealous? The Kansas City Royals.
Hey,
Makes me so jealous.
they're
That
awesome.
just proves
They're
to you,
great.
Pittsburgh fans, anything can happen in the playoffs. So you just got to get there. Yep, it didn't happen for us, but just get there, and you never know.
2 years ago, man, against the Cardinals, up 2-1 in that division series. I look back and I just say, what if we could have got past them and
And then got stomped by the Dodgers.
yeah.
Hey,
I
man.
don't know. I love the Royals. I love how they haven't lost a game yet,
Good for them.
and that they
What do you mean they haven't lost the game yet?
they're 8-0 in the postseason. They made the playoffs and haven't lost one yet.
Oh, I thought they had one loss this last
Nope.
series.
They
Ridiculous.
They won the
Ned
wild
Yost
card
is
and
like the
swept
first
both
coach
series.
to ever win
Yeah,
his
best
first
time to
8
get hot, I guess.
postseason games, I think.
Oh, they're hot. And
Yeah,
those
that's ridiculous.
those
How's Hosmer
ribs-
playing,
those
you know?
ribs are hot. Everyone's playing good.
Hosmer
Did you
had a
see
bad
Paul-
season.
Paul Rudd, after the game to send him the World Series, got on camera and he was like telling everybody he was having a kegger at his mom's house or something like that. That dude's loving it. He loves Kansas City baseball. He's hilarious.
It's going to be a good World Series because both those teams are equal. I mean, they're not equal in the aspect of experience because, as you know, the San Francisco Giants have won it in 10. They won it in 12.
Right.
I mean, Kansas City hasn't been there
Let
since
me ask
85.
you this. If the Giants win a World Series this year, are they a dynasty?
I love that
3
question.
and 5 years.
If the Giants win the World Series this year,
They're a good team.
I
they're
mean,
already-
you got to
they're
be good to
already a
win a
team.
World Series 3 times in 5 years, and really, they don't have
yeah,
an
Well, no,
elite hitter.
Bruce Bochy's going to have to get some credit because some
yeah.
coaches are going to have to get credit.
Well,
there.
I
Hunter
don't think
Pence
they're-
and Sandoval are the best hitters, and I would not call them elite by any means.
Every other
No.
coach with 3 World Series 3 World Series titles has made the Hall of Fame. So is Bruce Bochy a Hall of Fame manager?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you
He
know,
is.
and like Lincecum, you know what I mean? These players are going to have 3 rings.
Lincecum's not even a great
Well,
player either.
but- I
the
mean, he's a
baseball
good
Hall
bullpen
of
pitcher now.
Famers. It's not like in football. Baseball Hall of Famers. They don't. You could have 5 World Series, but if you didn't, you
Well, I
could
mean,
still not
how
be in
about
it.
this?
They don't judge it on championships won.
What's harder to do, win 3 and 5 years in baseball or 3 and 5 years in football?
I'd say with
Baseball.
the physical nature of football,
I'd say
I would say
baseball.
football.
Because
All the extra games you have to play compared to the other team. And I know baseball's the same way, and it's even more because there's 7-game series.
But they can
And plus,
stack.
there's more turnover in
baseball
players.
can stack their teams. Baseball owners and players can stack their teams up.
That is true, but look at the Giants though. A team like the Giants. Now, if it was the Yankees, I could see them winning 3 and 5 years. But a team like the Giants that don't have all these dominating players, I mean, 3 and 5 years seems like something hard to do. What if the Pirates won 3 and 5 years?
Oh, that was good. Oh, that was a good
Giants.
Starting next year, Pittsburgh Pirates.
Love the Giants.
I think I need
love
a new
Kansas
pair of
City.
shorts now.
I
I
love
think
this
I'll
World
wet
Series.
myself.
I don't
matchup.
like the Giants. I'm sick of them. 3 and 5. I like to
You're
see
just
other
jealous.
teams. No,
I'm not sick of
jealous
them
the
because
Giants.
they haven't. They didn't win it like every year. 10, take a year off. 11. I like that. Because I like that aspect. If they would have won like 2 straight or 3 straight, then
I
I'd
want
be
my
saying
teams to
F
win
them, but-
like 8 straight.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, you're a Pirate fan, so they have a hard time winning 8 straight games, let alone 8
Better
straight
chance
World
than the
Series.
Pittsburgh
I just
Steelers.
love baseball. I don't want to see KC get swept or something like that weird happen.
I think it's going to be
just
a
hope
good
it's
series.
a great series.
San Francisco has good starting pitching. Kansas City has a good bullpen. I mean, these could prove to be pretty intense games going down the stretch.
All right, so Cella, what's your World Series prediction? Who wins and how many games?
I'm just going to say Kansas City in 6 games because I like Kansas City. I like the story.
Kansas City in 6.
I'm going to say Kansas City in 7 because I like Kansas City and I like 7-game series.
7
Series.
games.
Series is
7 games.
Roads.
I
Limit.
Limit.
roads. I'm gonna go with Kansas City too.
Oh, they're all three on Kansas City.
We're obviously picking Kansas City because not
that
because
could be us.
we
It could have been us.
definitely think they're going to win. We just want them to win. We
It could have
don't
been
want
us.
San Francisco to win.
I could care less if San Francisco won.
Great World Series.
I like the story of Kansas City better.
Too bad it's not broadcasted on TBS. So I
Speaking
can see
of
that
Kansas
pitch box
City.
the whole time.
Speaking of Kansas City,
NFL, my lock of the week.
lock of the week. What are you 4-6 for the year? Lock to lose.
None of those were my locks of the week. You give me 5 games and I got to pick a winner from them. This,
All
I'm
right,
actually
all right.
picking what I like.
All right, don't get your britches in a ruffle. What's
I'm
your
going to
pick of the
go
week?
steal some britches.
Britches.
But anyways, my pick of the week, the Kansas City Chiefs at San Diego. Kansas City is getting 5.5. What do you think?
I don't know. Kansas City, is it at San Diego, you said?
At San Diego.
San Diego's a tough team. They're playing on fire this year.
Yeah, San Diego's won 5 in a row.
What's his name? Phillip Rivers set an NFL record that apparently nobody cares about because of Antonio Brown. But Rivers has had a passer rating over 120 in the last 5 straight games. I know that's no 5 catches and 50 yards in 20 games like Brown, but
San Diego's defense looked like garbage last week.
Yeah.
Everybody thought they were going to have a good game against Oakland, and Oakland came out and torched them. Derek Carr, Derek Carr.
whichever car.
It's Derek. He had 4 touchdowns. That's ridiculous.
Al Bundy had 4 touchdowns in one game.
Yeah.
Polk High.
I think Jamal Charles will make. I think Jamal Charles will make a Kansas City cover.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Cover.
Okay, I'll give you against the spread.
Well, that's all I'm
Yeah.
worried about.
All right.
That's all we're talking about.
I mean, Kansas City's 4th in rushing, so I expect Jamal Charles to be running all over this
I
San
can see
Diego
it.
team.
Me too. I can see him keeping out within 5.5.
I mean, San Diego's defense, by the numbers, they say they're good, but I just don't believe it. Look, they played Buffalo, Jacksonville, New York, and Oakland the past 3 weeks. No wonder their defense is good.
San Diego's 5-1 against the spread this year, so you better be careful.
I don't care what they are.
All right, I'm just telling you, man. Well, let's talk about another team that's good against the spread, the Indianapolis Colts. They've won the last
Like
4
the Indianapolis
games.
Colts.
They got Cincinnati coming to Indianapolis. Indy is -3. They are definitely my pick of the week again this week. Andrew Luck's the MVP for me this season. The whole Colts offense is great, and Cincinnati hasn't shown me anything away from their home stadium.
Cincinnati won at Baltimore to open the season.
That's a division game. It's a little different.
Understandable.
They got blown out by New England, and then they tied Carolina, and we pummeled Carolina, so what's that say?
Yeah, Indy's won 4 in a row. Their offense is dominating. If you played T.Y. Hilton last week in fantasy like Easy and I did, you probably walked away with a win because what'd he do? 50 points almost?
Yeah.
Oh, gotta love that. Ahmad Bradshaw, I'm loving how he's playing. Andrew Luck's one of the best, if not the best, quarterback in the game right now. I mean, it's hard to choose against the Colts. Cincy's defense hasn't been playing very well.
No. Colts are, like you said, they won 4 straight games. They're 4-0 against the spread in those games. They're 5-1 against the spread all year. I mean, those stats alone should tell you all you need to know. Cincinnati.
And the one they didn't cover was
nothing.
probably the Denver game, I'm guessing.
I think so, yeah.
Which isn't really a surprise.
No, you never know what's going to happen with Denver.
But yeah, Cincy's defense looked very bad so far this season. Everybody thought they were going to be really good. I agree with your Indy pick.
Yeah.
And I hate agreeing with you.
I was 5-0 last week, so if you want any wins, then
He was 4-11 coming into the week, and he goes 5-0. Nobody listened to you because you were 4-11 before that. Now you go 5-0, and you get some people to start listening to you. You're going to go 4 for your.
I'm going to go
4
5-0
for your
the
next
next
15.
3 straight weeks.
Your picking's usually horrible.
You know what? Bleep you, because I have more wins than you do.
That's because you have more picks.
Hey.
Don't worry, I'll be
Gotta
catching
pick 'em
up.
to win 'em. Pick 'em to win 'em, folks.
It's a race to the finish, man. It's
That's
not
right, and I'm
3
winning.
weeks.
Oh, their 4-game win streak. Jacksonville started off with Jacksonville and Tennessee. That's
They blew them both out.
that's impressive, huh?
Yeah.
Well, putting up points is impressive, but anybody can beat Jacksonville and Tennessee.
I mean, you beat Baltimore then.
Yeah.
Winning the Houston won a big game. They were up huge in that
So
game.
they're,
though.
in my opinion, they might be due for a letdown here.
Nah.
Yeah, but look what Cincy's been doing recently. They went into New England, and New England wasn't looking very well at the time, and they got blown out by them. And then Carolina, who we seen even the Steelers blow out somehow.
Yeah.
They're tying them, going to overtime, and who's their kicker out there?
Mike Nugent.
Missing a field goal to end it. That's hilarious.
Nugent missed it. He's garbage.
Hey,
Bleep him.
So you're saying Cincy? You think Cincy's gonna win?
No, I liked Indy. I'm here to provide counterpoints and just.
I do like Gio Bernard this week and Jeremy Hill though.
It'll be a good game, but -3, Indy's going to cover that. Even if they push, at least it's not a loss for me. Well, what about you, Easy? You picked a college game because you hate on the NFL. So who do you got?
Yeah, well, there's so many college games. The talent level is just so much fun to pick college games. We're gonna go with that main primetime game Saturday night. Jameis versus
famous
Golds. What's his name? Everett Goldson.
Goldson. Notre Dame quarterback. The Hunchback.
Neither quarterback has lost yet a regular season game
in their career.
In their career,
10.5.
Notre Dame is plus 10.5, and I'm gonna say that they're gonna cover.
Is it at FSU or
cover.
at Notre Dame?
It is in Tallahassee.
Wow.
It is in Tallahassee, and Notre Dame has not yet played a true away game yet this year. They were at neutral sites, and now this is their first true away game. And
do you know their record right now?
They're 5-0.
Undefeated.
They're both undefeated.
Okay.
For their whole careers.
Well, no, both the teams are both undefeated too.
Right.
Florida State, Notre Dame, they're both undefeated. I believe Florida State, they're number 2. Notre Dame, I believe, is ranked 5. So
who's number 1?
Mississippi State is number 1. You got Mississippi State, Florida. I think Ole Miss might be 3.
What's the first year of that new playoff bracket system, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens with that.
Oh, it's just going to give more teams a chance to
but
prove
it's
themselves.
Fun. Like, it's fun. Now I don't have to worry about some team making the 8th bowl game, whatever that means.
Well, the thing about the BCS that bothered me is if you lost the 3rd game of the season, it wasn't as bad as if you lost your 9th game of the season. Like, for some reason, it meant more. So that's just stupid to me.
Yeah.
Because you had more time to try to, rebuild your cred all the way through.
I never really understood that.
No, you got to have a playoff system.
Recap, give them the pick of the week recap.
Dash has got Kansas City at plus 5.5. Who are they playing?
San Diego.
At San Diego. So I got Indy at home against Cincinnati at -3. And Easy has got Notre Dame at Tallahassee, against Florida State. That's a big game Saturday night. Plus 10.5. That's tricky. I'm going to believe you because I know nothing about college football because I hate it probably more than baseball. Maybe not.
I don't have time to follow college football with all this work you're making me do.
Well, if you want to do anything that's worth it, you got to do work, son.
Put in that work.
Believe it. I want to thanks everybody for listening tonight. You can follow us on Twitter at bet_the_spread. You can check out our Facebook page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks, Dash, for sitting down with me as usual. Thanks, Easy, for being our special guest host, throwing in that college pick.
Good stuff.
Expanding everybody's horizon here on the spread a little bit. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Everybody have a good night.
In the studio.
Do work.
Peace.